Good morning to all. Today we have PG Diploma in Agribusiness Program Counseling Session, Paper 4, MAM055, Principles of Agribusiness Management. Now we have with our Dr. N. Hemant Kumar, Assistant Professor in Vijayawada. He is going to take this session, Principles of Agribusiness Management. Already, sir has taken 3 courses for last 3 days. And today is the 4th course, Principles of Agribusiness Management. He will take this session, 11 to 1, the session will be continued. And last 15 minutes, students can ask they can ask their queries and doubts, and sir will clarify. So meanwhile, please listen all the students carefully and get benefit from him. Sir, Hemant Kumar sir, continue sir.
Yes sir, thank you sir.
Now you continue sir, thank you.
Yeah. Very good morning once again. Yeah, all the participants who have joined in this Google Meet, I'm welcoming you all to the next course, that is on MAM055, that is Principles of Agribusiness Management. So coming to this particular subject, the total course is a combination of 4 different blocks. So the block 1 will explain you about the introduction of management, and the block 2 will explain you about the human resource management. Block 3 will explain you about organizational behaviors, and 4th block will explain you about enterprise information system. So these are the 4 blocks containing different units. See, in the first unit we have got in the first block we have got 2 different units. In the second block we have 3 units, and in the third block we have 4 units, and we have 3 units in the 4th block also. So let me give you a brief explanation on each and every unit which is there in every block. So again, I'm reminding all of you, all the participants who are there in this particular online class, that explaining the entire subject, explaining the entire course, it's not possible in 2 hours. But I'm going to provide you only the synopsis of each and every topic. I'll try to provide the most reliable information relating to each and every topic. So coming to the first block, that is fundamentals of management. See, this particular block will describes you to the basic concepts and the processes of management. And you people are also going to learn about the origin of management thoughts, as well as you are going to deal with the management concepts, roles, and skills which are required to be the manager, and also the functions of different functions of management. So this particular block will gives you information about the basics relating to the management. So before entering into the first unit in the block 1, I want to give you an introduction about the management. See, we see people coming together, working for different reasons and achieving various objectives. So here the coming together gives rise to the concept of organization. See, in short, organization can be treated as a group of people working together for achieving a common goal. So why people are coming together, why people are joining in the organization, why people are just coming forward to join in the organization is they have their own reasons, and they have their own needs, and they have their own background, they have their own needs and objectives to get composed with the people. So whenever we use the word organization management, see, it is always linked it as the organization uses different resources, such as we have 5 M's. Those are the 5 M's, the 5 M's which explains us about the different resources which are needed in the organization. That is, first M is money, machinery, method, material, and manpower. So these 5 M's is going to be very useful, and it is going to play a vital role to achieve the organizational objectives. So if you have a look on the characteristics of management, see, management is a distinct process, and management is a key factor for an organized activity. To organize any activity or to create a systematical order for any activity, we need to have a concept called management. And management is also aims at the accomplishment of predetermined objectives. And management is not an individual activity. Of course, it's a group or team activity. And management principles are all the management principles are completely universal in nature. And even management is going to integrate human and other resources also to get to achieve the predetermined goals and objectives. And management is both science as well as an art. See, if you can observe how management thought has been evaluated. See, the evolution of institutions, organizations, and management are the outcome of historical socio-economic environment, place, time, and human relationships. So here yeah. So management is one of the important elements as far as the organizational point of view. So management is required to achieve the predetermined goals and objectives. So see, management is going to solve out different problems. So that's why management is a problem-solving process. See, here problems refers to any issues that need to be sorted out with correct decisions. So if you can find out corrective actions for your problems, then for your drawbacks, that can be treated as a problem. So everyday managers will face many problems normally. So the problems may be related to labor, the problems may be related to customers, or the problems may be related to suppliers, and even sometimes legal problems may arise, and sometimes social related problems may arise. So in this manner, managers may face number of problems, as well as managers is going to achieve organizational goals effectively. So every organization will have certain goals or targets, both long term and short term. So it could be no profit, or it could be no sales, customer satisfaction, recruitment, labor turnover, etc. So achieving these goals effectively is not easy. And do you know why? Why the achievement of these goals effectively is not easy? See, so for example, if you have 100 people working under you, all of them will also have their goals, isn't it? All of them will have their own goals, and these goals differ from person to person. See, I have my own goals, and you people, every one of you who are there on this online class, every one of you have your own what you call goals. So therefore, it is the manager's job to integrate the individual goals with the organizational goals. See, as a manager, what I have to do, see, as an individual, you have your own goals. As a manager, what I have to do is I have to integrate your own goals to the organizational goals, so that I can ensure that the ultimate goal of the organization gets achieved. So, and even management is going to explain us about the usage of scarce resources, efficient use of scarce resources. So the resources for a manager include what I said earlier. The resources for a manager include people, money, equipment, material, time, manpower, machinery. All these things, all these resources are very much needed. So these resources are very limited, but using these limited resources as inputs, one should know how to achieve the maximum output. So that's the reason why management is a very what you call very good administrative approach, as well as management is a behavioral approach. So And what are the different tasks of a manager, right? What are the different tasks of a manager? Let me give you a brief explanation about what are the different tasks of a manager. See, the managers, firstly, the managers have to determine the goals to be achieved for which the organization strives. It's a responsibility, it's a basic inbuilt characteristic that a manager should possess. He should create or he should achieve the organizational goals. He should determine the organizational goals at first. That is what the first task of a manager. And the second thing is what a manager does in the organization. What manager is doing in the organization, what managers, the managers has to identify and segregate various activities essential for the implementation in the plan. So a manager, particularly a manager under this task, break activities into manageable jobs, allocates people to perform the jobs. So organizing show how the structure, procedures, rules, and regulations can be put to achieve goals with the available resources, including human resources. And the third important task of a manager is to motivate and communicate. And moreover, manager should act as a leader also. A manager should be a good supervisor also. Manager should be a good motivator also. And manager should be a great communicator also. So these are the different tasks where a manager has to give priority. And also the manager's task is to be performed by a vigilant manager is the monitoring and evaluation of results. See, after implementing something, we may get some results. So as a manager, what's your task or what's your responsibility? You people, as a manager, you need to go for monitor and you need to go for evaluate whatever the results that you have received. So that's also one of the major tasks of a manager. And moreover, the fifth task where the managers needs to perform is to keep his focus on the continuous development of people as well as of himself. See, as a manager, you need to take care about yourself as well as a manager, you need to take care about your employees also. You need to see that you should develop as well as you need to see others also to get developed. So you need to prepare the framework like that. You need to prepare a systematical framework to develop yourself as well as to develop your employees also. Then only you will be a good manager. And also you need to do right staffing. You need to go for doing what you call leading role also have to be done by a manager. That is, these are some of the tasks where a manager has to perform. So next one is, what is the role of a manager in an organization? Let me tell you. See, the first one, that is interpersonal role. The role of a manager. The first role of a manager is to involve activities with people working in the organization. So that's why he should have an interpersonal role. And the second one is informational role. You need to monitor. You need to disseminator, you need to be a spokesperson. So this particular informational role involves the role of assimilating and disseminating information as and when required. So you need to monitor the things, you need to disseminate you need to be a good disseminator as well as you need to be a good spokesperson. So provide the information relevantly as per the required time. And the third role what the manager has to perform is a decisional role. So the manager is playing a crucial role as a decision maker to run the organization. So as a manager, you are going to involve in the decision making. Again, see, when when a manager is taking a decision, he is going to his role is just subdivided into 4 segments normally. First one is, when you are taking a decision, you need to act like an entrepreneur. and you need to be in a position as a trouble handler, and you also should have an idea about how to allocate the required resources, available resources like manpower, budget, machinery, money, all these things. And moreover, you need to have a quality called negotiation also. So during negotiation of business internally or externally, keep this departmental interest on top of the agenda. So these are the different types of roles that manager has to perform: interpersonal role, informational role, decision-making role. Like so, next one, let us have management levels. See, we have got three different levels. So one is the top level, second one is middle level, the third one is lower level. So in the top level management, it includes managers who determine objectives and policies, set goals, design operations and financial structure, decide and control the authority, decide performance standards for employees and quality standards for products. So normally the managers who are at the top level, they'll keep links with external stakeholders and finalize operational deals, contracts and protocols. So this small group of managers includes, see, the top level is going to have chairman, president, managing director, chief executive officer, and executive directors, etc. Right? So these people are going to frame out the policies required to be implemented in the organization, and they are going to take care all about the administration related activities. And coming to the second one, that is middle level management. See, middle level management can be otherwise called as functional management. Functional management or managers, as normally they had a functional department, like, see, all the departmental managers like marketing department, production department, finance department, human resource department, security department. So all the heads of all these departments will fall under middle level management. So these people are responsible for transforming policies, overall organizational goals and strategies into specific goals and action plans for first line managers. Okay. So these managers generally function as departmental heads, like what I said. All the departmental heads will be treated as a middle level management. Okay. So, and these people are designated as functional heads and also includes the subordinates just below. Okay. And coming to the third one, that is lower level management. So such managers, these managers have a direct link with a small group of workers, right? These managers will have a close interaction or close link between the with the workers. So that they are going to prepare the schedule of daily activities, and also get it done by workers. So their duties includes preparing daily work schedule, providing material, machines, work supervision, maintaining discipline and control over the workforce. So the management are designated, these managers are designated as supervisors, or you can also call them as shift managers, or you can also call them as first line managers. Okay. So this is about the three levels of management. What we have three levels of management: top level, middle level and lower level. And next one, coming to the managerial skills, management skills. What are the skills that a manager should possess? What are the skills that a manager should possess? See, for initially, manager should have a technical skills, and the second one is human skills, and the third one is conceptual skills. So these three skills are the mandatory skills which are required to be a manager. See, suppose if any one of these participants who joined on this online class, if you are working as a manager, keep in mind you should have these three skills. Just as you yourself self-examine yourself, what kind of skills do you have as a manager, what kind of skills that you need to develop as a manager. See, as a manager, you need to have a technical skill, you need to have a conceptual skill, as well as you need to have a you need to have a human relational skill. So these skills are very mandatory. And the next one, that is managerial skills to become an effective leader. See, if you want to become an effective leader in the organization, if you want to be a good leader for your followers in the organization, you need to have a close observation of everything. You need to have a close observation of everything. You need to monitor employee performance, and moreover, you need to implement professional developmental programs, and moreover, you need to demonstrate working knowledge and expertise. Again, you need to have a good decision making. Then only you will be an effective leader. And moreover, you need to have an ability to conduct and evaluate research. You need to have an emotional intelligence. So these are the required things which makes you a good leader, an effective leader in the organization. So next one. So now, managerial skills and characteristics covered through as per the agricultural businesses. See, um, mostly in agricultural schools, the policies of economic reforms guided by World Trade Organization has brought structured changes to the economy, resulting in major shifts in the Indian agricultural scenario. So, agribusiness subsector in particular, and agriculture as the primary sector of our economy, has suffered even after independence. Due to two reasons. Like, what are those two reasons? We have poor organizational management and lack of appropriate trained manpower, resulting into the sickness of agro-industrial sector. Like, I think you people have got clarity why we are learning this particular subject, like principles of agribusiness. See, by learning this particular subject, you may come to know how to manage and how to organize your agricultural business, as well as you people are also going to understand about what kind of trained manpower is required to lead you to continue, to function in your agribusiness. So this is very important. This is about the management system, managerial skills, managerial roles, characteristics of management, right? All these things. Next, let me go for the second unit, that is functions of management. See, we have got majorly we have got 5 different functions. That is, one is planning. First function is planning. Second one is organizing. Third function is staffing. Fourth one is directing. Fifth function is controlling. So these 5 functions are playing a vital role. See, after learning about these functions of management, you will understood the concept and content of management, along with the different levels and types of managers. Okay, so planning is one of the most basic of all the managerial functions, since it involves selecting from among alternative courses of action. So the planning provides foundation for the 4 other functions of management. See, without planning, there is no organizing, there is no staffing, there is no controlling and directing. So planning is the basic function. Planning is the basic required element to take any decisions. So a plan does not exist unless a decision on the commitment of resources and the decision is set. So to facilitate the people to work effectively towards accomplishing the goals and objectives established during planning, structure of roles or positions are to be maintained. So that's the reason why planning is very important. See, when you are going for planning something in the organization, you need to have 5 questions in your mind. You need to have 5 questions in your mind. That if you want to remember it very closely, if you want to remember it very easily, just follow my tips to implement planning concepts. See, when you are going for planning, you need to have 5 questions in your mind. That is, first question is what to do. Second one is where to do. Third one is when to do. Fourth one is why to do. And fifth one is who to do. And finally, sixth one is H. Not, it is not W. It is H. Sixth H is how to do. So what, where, when, why, who, and how. If you can question yourself on all these 6 questions, then you can go for planning effectively, right? So planning gives the organization its objectives and provides the best procedures in realizing them. Planning is also going to help the organization in committing resources required for achieving objectives. And planning logically precedes all other managerial functions, namely organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. Right? Planning establishes objectives necessary for group efforts in an organization. So that is the reason why planning is the primary functions among all the 5 functions of management. Without planning, no organization is going to survive. And when you are going for planning, you need to have 5 questions, 6 questions in your mind. That is what to do, where to do, when to do, why to do, and who to do, and finally how to do. So these 6 elements are needed these 6 elements should you have to question yourself about what type of activity has to be undertaken, why that activity is needed to implement, who has to implement, when it is to implement. So you need to have all these questions in your mind. And coming to the steps involved in the planning process, sir, how can we go for planning? What are the steps involved in the planning? See, in the first instance, you need to have an awareness of an opportunity. So be aware of an opportunity. Second step is establishing objectives. Third one is premising agreement of all concerned. So fourth one is determining the alternative. See, we need not to move forward with a single plan. We need to move forward with best alternative plans. So you need to determine the alternative plans, and after that evaluating alternative courses of action. And the next one, selecting a courses of action. And the next one is formulating derivative plans. Finally, last but one, that is budgeting, and finally implementation and monitoring of plan. If you can follow all these steps in the planning process, you can implement your planning very effectively. So now let us try to understand what is meant by organization. See, organization is nothing but organization is nothing but, see, the second step. It is the second step of the managerial functions. And why do we require an organization? Firstly, let me ask you one thing. Why do we require an organization? See, we can appreciate that our homes and the colleges where we are studying or where we are representing typical organizations. An organization is a pattern of relationships, isn't it? See, if you are working in an organization, you are going to you are going to develop some pattern of relationships. And people who are working in organizations through through many interwoven and simultaneous relationships under the directions of managers, they have to contribute to achieving organizational goals. So why do we need organizational design? Let us understand about what is organizational design. See, organizational design is a determination of organizational structure that is most appropriate for the strategy, people, technology, and tasks of the organization. See, do you like to know what is meant by organizational? What is the organizational structure? See, organizational structure is nothing but it is a framework in which an organization's activities are divided, organized, and coordinated. So, organizations can be formal and informal. Organizational structure's importance is, see, organization is the backbone of any management. It is going to encourage specialization, and organization provides guidelines of authority and responsibility, An organization eliminates the problems of duplicating and overlapping. An organization is going to improve administration. So that's the reason why organization is very important. Organization is playing a vital role in the organization, in the functions of management. And next one, coming to how to organize the things in the organization. Coming to the organizational process, initially, a manager has to establish enterprise objectives, strategic plans, and policies. And after that, a manager have to formulate and formulation of supporting objectives and plans and of policies. Identification. Next one is identification and classification of activities necessary to accomplish them. And the fourth one, that is grouping of these activities in a light of human and material resources available, and moreover grouping in similar activities into tasks, sections, and departments. And moreover, you need to go for delegating to the head of each group the authority to perform the activities. And finally, integration has to be done, integrating these groups horizontally and vertically through authority and responsibility relationships by facilitating proper flow. So next one, fourth one, that is third one is staffing. Next function is let us have a next function, that is staffing. Staffing is nothing but placing the right person at right job and at right time in a right place. Okay, right person should be placed in a right job and at right place. See, staffing relates to the recruitment, selection, development, training, compensation of subordinate managers. So staffing is completely concerned with human element which are dynamic, and staffing is a complex and challenging function of management. And staffing deals with investment in human resources and provides the key to making capital and technology productive. So that is why, see, coming to the elements of elements of staffing, see, we have got initially we need to go for manpower planning, after that preparation for staffing, and after that go for recruitment, selection, induction, compensation, performance appraisal, training and development, promotion and transfer, succession planning, retirement termination. All these are the elements in the staffing. See, if any one of you are working as a human resources or HR executive or HR recruiter or HR human resource department, you people can understand all these things very easily, because you are completely, as a HR, you people are completely involved in the staffing process. So how to prepare proper staffing programs? How to prepare proper staffing programs? See, initially you need to go for preparing job analysis, right? Job analysis, and after that you need to mention about job description. Job description is nothing but, see, job analysis will provide the basis for a job description, but job description normally documented. A job description should emphasize the functional responsibilities, so it should be complete and comprehensive. And the next one, that is job specification. So how can you make staffing function more effective? How can you make staffing function programs are, initially you need to go for job analysis, and after that go for job description, and after that go for job specification. So under job specification, you are going to check out about what kind of person do we need for the job, and what are the abilities of the people now in the organization, and how can we match individuals and jobs in the short term. So okay, should we train or replace the individual, or should we adjust the job? So these are the questions that you need to go for. You need to take necessary action plan when you are preparing any job specification, and taking clarity of job specification. And the next one, that is job evaluation also. So job evaluation is nothing but it is a process by which job factors are identified and keeping in mind, keeping those such factors identified or measured to find the relative worth of different jobs in the organization. So job evaluation provides a sound basis for a remuneration or compensation to be paid to the employee. So in this way, staffing is also playing a vital role. And the next one, that is directing. So the challenge of directing is nothing but it is a regular task of making decisions and covering them. Sorry, got a call from someone. Right, okay. So, directing is nothing but, see, it is the process by which the activities and achievements of all workers are guided towards the accomplishment of common goals. See, when you are going to when you are going to direct the people, as a manager, you need to play 4 different roles. So that is, first one is you need to be a good leader, and after that you need to be a good communicator, and after that you need to have a great communicational levels. See, as a manager, you should you should get communicated from your higher level, as well as a manager you need to give communication to your down level people, so that you can make others to complete the tasks in a smoother way manner, as well as you also can give the total completed work to your higher officials. So directing, you need to play an active role as a leader, as a supervisor, as a communicator, as well as a motivator. And coming to the controlling, control is nothing but it is the process that ensures the actual activities conform to planned activities. Yes, that is right. So controlling is nothing but it is a process that ensures the actual activities conform to planned activities. So controlling is somewhat pervasive than planning, right? So controlling is an undertaking. It consists of verifying whether everything occurs in conformity with the plans adopted. So that is very important. See, why do we need control? Why do we implement a function called control? See, without control, plans go away, right? Plans go away, and controlling helps managers to monitor performances and progresses, and also controlling stimulates action which will gear up all the departments, and as well as controlling also makes planning effective and meaningful, and moreover controlling facilitates performance appraisals and motivations. So all these are with all these supportive points, I can easily say that there is a much need of controlling in the organization. And what are the elements of control? When you are controlling the people, when you are controlling the system, when you are controlling the organization, or when you are controlling your resources, or when you are controlling your goals and objectives of your organization, you need to have a certain elements. That is authority. You need to have an authority, you need to have a knowledge, you need to have guidance, direction, you should not have any constraints, and moreover you need to have a restraints. So basing on using all these points, you can go for implementing effective implementation of control. So if you can ask me, sir, how can we implement controlling process? How can we control the things? Is there any particular process for controlling the system, or is there any proper controlling process for controlling the organization, or is there any process for controlling the people? Yeah, come on, let me give you a brief idea about how to control the things in the organization. See, initially, if you want to control the things in the organization, you need to establish standards and methods for measuring performance. You need to establish the required standards, and you need to see that whether all the activities are going on according to the set standards or not. So that you need to measure as a performance. Okay, and next one, you need to measure. You need to measure and match the performance. See, we have two different performances. That is set standard performance, and the other one is actual performance. Standard performance is the performance which the organization is expected to achieve, but actual performances is nothing but the kind of performance that an individual has achieved after the implementation of work in the organization. So does the performance match the standards or not? You need to cross check it. Again, you need to go for taking corrective actions. So basing on all these steps, you can go for controlling the things in your organizational levels. And this is about the 5 different functions of management. So after learning all these things, you may understand. I think you people are very clear about the different functions of management. See, as I mentioned you earlier, we have got 5 different functions. That one is planning, organizing, staffing, controlling, and directing. So these are the 5 functions which are very important for managing the things. So this is about block 1. And now let me move on to the second block, that is human resource management. One second. So human resource management. So this is also a very familiar topic to all the working people. So and might be the people who are into agricultural areas, they may not notice this particular topic, but the people who are working in different companies, they can easily identify, and they'll come to know what are the exact functions that HR, human resources managers are performing in the organization. So in this particular block, we are going to cover 3 different units. That is, first one is human resource management and planning. The second unit is recruitment, selection, and training. And the third topic is third unit. What we are going to cover down today is the human resource development, HRD. So now let me give you a brief picture about what each and every unit is going to explain you. So see, this particular unit 1, in this particular unit 1 is going to give you a clarity about human resource management and planning, and it is also going to explain the concept and philosophy of human resource management, and it is also going to explain the importance and role in successfully running an organization. And in the later part of this unit, you people also will learn about the human resource planning and the steps involved in it. And unit 2, recruitment, selection, and training, will gives you a brief idea about how recruitments are going on, how selectional processes are going on, what kind of interviews that normally conducts if you want to select a right candidate. And after that, what is meant by training, what kind of training methodologies are available to train the existing ones, and to train the new entries. So you people are going to notice all these things. And unit 3 is going to explain to you about human resource development. So what are the developmental practices which are available in the agri-business sector, and it is also identifies the strategies relevant to agri-business development. So the overall purpose of this block is to ensure that the organization can achieve success through people. So without people, no business. Either it may be agri-business, or either it may be commerciality business, or it may be any other business. In every business's success is completely depends on how people are achieving and how organizations can achieve success through people. So the first one, that is, let me give you a brief idea about human resource planning. So in the initial part, I am going to give you a definition about human resource planning. So human resource planning is nothing but It deals with the issues related to manpower in the organization. So now it is not an area of vital concern of both public and private sector businesses seeking to manage their human assets effectively. So successful organizations recognize human resource professionals as a vital connections between top management and the employees. So here, human resources plays a crucial role in the conversion process of inputs into outputs. So product design, quality of product, customer satisfaction, etc. All these depends upon the efficiency of human resources. Second, I'll give you about the yeah. What is the scope of human resource management? See, the scope of human resource management includes an outline of transformation and developmental issues, tentative generic skills required in performing HRM roles, as well as the roles or role of human resource professionals also. So here the broad scope of human resource management is will be explained here. See, reconciliation management, work creation as opposed to job creation, marketing of human resource management to line management. So encourages multi skill or multitasking, and also it is going to increase societal responsibilities also, and it is also focused on deliverables rather than being doubtful of employees. So now I want to mention you about human resource planning. See, human resource planning prevents understanding and descriptions to operations. So, and it provides greater efficiency and effectiveness of other HR functions like recruitment, selection, compensation, training and development, integration, maintenance, separation. So, human resource planning has got an important place in ensuring the stability of the growth rate of an organization. So human resource planning is significant in all the firms. See, shortage and surplus can be identified so that quick action can be taken whenever it is required. And all the recruitment and selection programs are based on manpower planning, and it is also going to help to reduce the labor cost as excess staff can be identified, and thereby outstaffing can be avoided. It is also going to help to identify the available talents in a concern, and accordingly training program can be chalked out to develop those talents. That is about human resource planning. Next one. Next one, that is how HR people, how human resource people can go for HR planning. What are the steps involved in HR planning? See, initially you need to go for scanning manpower environment, and after that you need to go for preparing organizational objectives and policies. And after the organizational objectives and policies is again divided into forecast HR demand and forecast HR supply. Okay, and after that major what is that match with HR requirements, and it is also going to develop HR program, it is going to implement HR program, and control and evaluation. See, when you are when you are going for controlling and evaluation, you need to check out about surplus or shortage. So selected hiring is surplus or selected hiring is shortage. So these are the steps that are available in this HR planning process. Next one, that is Human Resource Information System, HRIS. So human resource information is nothing but, see, it is a software actually. It is a software that is designed to collect, store, manage, and analyze all human resource information that is useful to the management of organization. So that is human resource information system. See, if you can take an example, like whatever the softwares which are using in the organizations in nowadays, all those things falls under HRIS. So HRIS will store the relevant data of an individual, and it is going to manage the data, it is going to collect the data, and it is going to analyze the data. So that is HRIS, Human Resource Information System. And next one, recruitment, selection, and training. See, under recruitment, we are going to find out what are the different sources available for recruiting the people. And after in the selection process, we are going to see what is the available process, and what are all the techniques available for selecting a candidate. And we are going to discuss about induction, training, and development also. So coming to the recruitment, see, recruitment is nothing but it is a positive process of attracting suitable applicants to apply for the available jobs in an organization. See, suppose if you have noticed a job advertisement, job notification in a newspaper, or through email, or through any website. See, that means that companies are doing a recruitment process. They are trying to attract more and more applicants so that they can get the reliable for their job, for the available job. See, we have internal sources and external sources. The recruitments can be conducted through two different sources. One is internal and the other one is external. So under the internal sources, posted on bulletins, notice boards of the organization, and moreover through memos circulated among the shop supervisors, and also advertised in the in-house employee magazine bulletin handouts. See, sometimes the higher officials also will inform to the shop supervisors about the available vacancies, so that the shop supervisors can bring the candidates who has right requisite qualification. And other methods like word of mouth, and who that is also one of the internal source which is available for the organization. And external sources there are some direct methods, there are some indirect methods. See, direct methods are nothing but, see, colleges, placements. Okay, colleges, placements, arranging interviews, making available space and students resource resumes. So all these are the direct methods. So you may be aware that the most frequently used direct method is campus placements in coordination with the college placement officer, who will stimulate students to apply for jobs. So that is one of the direct method. And coming to the indirect method, so under the indirect source of attracting applicants for filling job vacancies normally, advertisements, industry, trade associations, professional associations, other reputed firms are the sources for indirect methods of recruitment. And coming to the third party methods. Third-party methods third-party methods like what is that? Consultancies, and even employment exchange offices, private consulting agencies. All these are the third-party methods. So by using these three different methods on the external source, the organizations can go for attracting the right people into the organization. And coming to the selection process, see, after going through the recruitment process, the organizations should start the selection process. So the selection process starts after the recruitment process ends. So selection of suitable employees is quite a significant task, to appoint the right person for the right job at the right time and at right place. Right qualified candidate is required to do a right job at right place and at right time. So firms among the applicants receiving through the recruitment process, the organizations should sort the employees by looking for the technical skills, communicational skills, typing skills, computer skills, etc. See, in practical, what I have noticed as the companies are doing when they are going for selection process, they normally expecting the companies are expecting better communicational ability among the students, and moreover, a candidate should have a technicality, a candidate should have a conceptuality, and even a candidate should have a human relational ability also. So with all these skill set, if a candidate possesses all these skills, definitely the candidate will be hired without having any doubt. So the selection plays a significant role. So what are the process and techniques of selection? Normally, how selections are going on at organizational level. I'm going to give you some techniques or process of selection. See, in the first phase, screening of applicants have to be done. Screening of applicants, and after that, application blanks, and next one, that is group discussions have to be conducted, and after that, going for conducting some employment tests like written tests, psychological tests, right? And after that, going for interviews, so that is preliminary interview and final interview, and after that, finally cross checking about whether the candidate is having any references or not. And after that, in the selection process, the candidate will be asked to undergo for physical examination. See, if in any factory, or if a candidate is going to work under the high capacitive machinery, a candidate should have a sound health and a sound mentality. So this medical examination or this physical examination will gives us a clarity about how a candidate, what is the health condition of a candidate. Is he able to work in that particular scenario or not, or else shall we go for any other candidate? So basing on the physical examination, the final selection also will be done. So in this way, normally selections are going on at organizational levels. So when it comes to under selection process, normally interviews may be organized. Some are formal interviews, some are informal interviews, some are structured interviews, some interviews are unstructured. So when we talk about the different types of interviews, we have direct interview, non-directed interview, patterned interview, stress interview, group interview, board interview, exit interview. These are the different types of interviews which are available, which are being conducted at the organizational level. So nowadays, all these types of interviews are very common. And after the selection, the next point where a candidate has to move on is to go for induction. See, induction is a term that describes the introductional process. A well-planned introduction helps new employees become fully operational quickly, and is often integrated with a new company and environment. So onboarding is included in the recruitment process for retention purposes. Many companies have onboarding campaigns in hopes to retain top talent that is new to the company. Campaign may last anywhere from 1 week to 6 months. So induction is all about giving introduction about the company to the new candidate who are entering into the organization very newly. And after that, we have the candidate has to undergo for training and development. So business's most important asset is often its people. As I mentioned you earlier also, human resources are the biggest assets of any organization. So to those human resources, we need to train them well. We need to develop them well. So training and development is nothing but it is nothing but imparting of specific skills, ability, and knowledge to an employee. Okay, to an employee. A formal, if you can have a look on the formal definition of training and development, see, it is an attempt to improve. It is an attempt to improve current or future employees' performance by increasing an employee's ability to perform through learning, usually by changing the employee's attitudes or increasing his or her skills and knowledge. So finally, training and development is going to help the people to improve their efficiency, to improve their to avoid some fewer accidents, and to have a meeting to and training and development helps them to meet manpower needs. And moreover, training is also going to improve the quality. Training and development will help to have personal growth in their profession. Okay, so that is about the training and development. So next one, let us cross check about. Second, let us cross check about interview, training methods. So under the training methods, we have got two major training methods, that is on-the-job training methods and off-the-job training methods. So those two methods are useful to train the employees so that it improves efficiency, it improves quality, it improves growth and expansion among the employees. And next one, let us move on to the next topic, that is human resource development. So human resource development, see, with increasing global competition, organizations are under tremendous process to improve their performances through reduction of cost and quality upgradations. Okay, so this is mainly because organizations are realizing that human assets are the most important of all assets or resources. So moreover, the efficiency of the production process and various areas of management depends to a greater extent on the level of human resource development. So, as I mentioned earlier, the term human resources refers to the knowledge, skills, creative abilities, talents, aptitudes, values, and beliefs of an organization's workforce. So that is about human resources. So, coming to the definition of human resource development, see, human resource development is any process or an activity that either initially or over the longer term has the potential to develop adult work-based knowledge. See, human resource development, in simple term, if you want to understand the definition of human resource development, see, this, as the name itself is clearly mentioning about the development of human resources. In what areas can you develop your employees? See, according to their knowledge, according to their skills, according to their productivity, according to their expertise, according to their satisfaction levels in the organization. Yeah, sorry, I got a call. Right, okay. So, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So, human resource development is nothing but, see, it puts particular emphasis on the development of comprehensive, coordinated, and dynamic approaches for major learning initiatives within and outside an organization in order to facilitate the achievement of all stakeholder objectives in a competitive and turbulent environment. So, an analysis of this concept is, see, if you want to analyze the concept and definition, that would lead us to draw some characteristic features. That is, one is training and development, organizational development, career development, and you can go for analyzing about after having HR. What you call human resource development, we can also go for performance appraisal and multidisciplinary key elements for solving problems, and continuous in nature, integrated use of subsystems, placements, promotions and transfers, motivation by rewards. All these characteristics you can make with the help of the concept of human resource development. So, coming to the significance of human resource development in the organization, see, it is global and highly professionalized competition, and emphasizes on cost reduction. And it is going to frame out new rules and regulations, and it is going to have lack of labor availability, emphasizes more efficiency of the existing workforce, complexity in organization and need for multitasking, rapid technological changes raising the demand for higher skills. So, HRD has to play a vital role in keeping the human resources relevant, useful, and purposeful. By for what purpose human resource development is useful for the growth of organization, for the development of great work culture, and for developing potentialities among the what you call employees, and moreover for the growth of employees also. So among for all these varieties of purposes, human resource development is needed in the organization. And what is the structure of human resource management? Sorry, human resource development. What are the strategies of human resource development? See, if you want to develop your human resources, what are the strategies that you need to implement? That is, see, communicational strategy, right? Communicational strategy. See, there should be an open dialogue between staff and upper management. Open dialogue between staff and upper management facilitates the flow of information through the organization, right? So that is communicational strategy. Accountability strategy also. See, clarifying and aligning roles, clarifying and aligning roles, defining, communicating, and deciding expectations, providing timely, careful, and clear feedback, measuring work and processes against the high priority goals. So that is about yeah, that is about the accountability strategy. And the third one, that is ownership strategy. Ownership strategy is nothing. Ownership happens when employees give discretionary effort and put 100% into their work or task. Right. So these moments transcend the basic employee-employer relationship and show a high level of connection and commitment. So this leads to the achievement of organizational goals in a smooth and successful manner. The fourth one is quality strategy. See, initially, the first one is communicational strategy, and after that, we have got accountability strategy. Third one is ownership strategy. Fourth one is quality strategy, right? So, these are the different strategies which are available to develop the human resources. So, quality is the foundation of any organization. It is a mindset which needs to be fostered in the employees through training and development. So quality should be promoted in everything in organization through various quality management tools such as TQM, that is total quality management. Next strategy is cost reduction strategy. And of course, every organization wants to cut down all their costs. At the same time, they want to maximize the wealth of the organization as well as they want to develop their employees. So they follow cost reduction strategy, right? And culture building strategy. And of course, culture is also one of the important thing. So organization valuing their employees have a sustainable competitive advantage over competitors, because employees are highly charged, motivated and committed to the organization. A strong culture is required and it fosters higher employee commitment towards the goals and objectives of the organization. See, I am working in some so and so college. I'm working in my college. So as a part of as an employee of this college, I should respect my culture, and the organization should have its own culture, and the organization should make all the employees to follow that culture. At the same time, as an individual, even I too should have an intention to respect my culture, my organizational culture, as well as I too has to follow the same culture what has been initiated in my organization. So culture building strategy is also very important. And next one is learning strategy. Learning strategy can be defined as techniques, principles, or rules that will facilitate the acquisitions, manipulations, integrations, storage, and retrieval of information across situations and settings. So that the learning strategy helps the employees to have a continuous development, right? Continuous development, and it is also going to promote self development of employees of self and by self. So this particular learning strategy aims to achieve a learning organization necessary to equip employees with new skills and competencies. Yes, equipping the employees with new skills and competencies may help the organization to show to see greater what you call greater results. So that is why human resource development strategies are very, very important. So that is about human resource development, right? Next, let us talk about the next one. That is about human resource development. So as of now, we have completed two blocks. So one is basics of management, and the other one is human resource management. Now let us move on to the next block, that is third block, that is organizational behavior. See, in this organizational behavior we are going to cover four different topics. So one is overview of an organizational behavior, second one is conflict management and negotiation, third one is leadership and group dynamics, fourth one is communication and feedback. So these are the four different topics which we are going to cover in this unit 3. I mean block 3. So coming to this particular block 3, see, it is attributed to the concept and components of organizational behavior, and it is comprised of four different units. So organizational behavior is nothing but it is a study of what the employees think, feel, or do in an organizational setup, both as an individual and as well as in the group. See, I am working in my college, so as an employee in my college, my management or my organization is going to observe what kind of behavior that I am showing when I am an individual. When I am working as an individual, what is my behavior? When I'm working in a group, what is my behavior? Okay, so and it also investigates people emotions, transactional patterns, and performances in a team, systems and structures of organizations. So after going to this particular block, you'll be able to explain why employees engage in some behaviors rather than others, predict how employees will respond to various actions and decisions, and also the effect of workforce diversity, conflict resolution mechanism, leadership, and the importance of effective communication. So, as I mentioned you previously, the management is important, human resource management, understanding about the human resource management and its development is also important, as well as understanding about the organizational behavior is also important. See, understanding about how individual is behaving in different situations. See, from situation to situation, the behavior of an individual gets changes. See, when I'm in a happiest mood, my behavior may be different. When I'm dealing with some stress oriented mood, then again my what you call my behavior gets changes. And when I'm in hurry mode, again my what you call behavior gets changed. So coming to this first one, that is overview of organizational behavior. See, organization have an edge over their competition because of their well-defined vision, mission, corporate objectives, and well-articulated strategies. So management of change is in an organization depends largely more on various factors like organizational mechanism, knowledge management, organizational behavior, organizational culture, kind of communication they have, diversity, appropriate technology, etc. Right? So managers are the individuals to achieve goals through other people. So they make decisions, allocate resources, and direct the activities of others to attain the goals. Management functions, as you all know very well. See, in the first block itself, I have mentioned that to work in an organization, to see that organization to run more very smoothly and successfully, these managerial functions are very important. So planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling are the 5 functions which help the organization to meet its organizational goals. So coming to organizational behavior, see, organizational behavior is nothing but it is the study of human behavior in the workplace. Okay, it is a study of human behavior in the workplace. It is going to have an interaction between people and the organization, right? It is going to have an interaction with the people and the organization, and it is also going to have an organization by itself. So a few more OB definition is, see, OB in the sense organizational behavior. So okay, so organizational behavior is the behavior of individuals and groups within the organization and interaction between organizational members. So as I mentioned you. Yeah. So what is the scope of organizational behavior? So almost all social and behavioral sciences streams of knowledge have contributed to the development of organizational behavior. See, OB is one of the most important domains of management studies. So organizational behavior is a stable compound of important disciplines of knowledge as depicted, right? So various disciplines contributed to the organizational behavior is, see, from psychology, there are some topics that OB has acquired from sociology, political sciences, anthropologies, right? women, communication, economics, industrial aspects. So from all these areas, organizational behavior has got its knowledge. And what are the emerging issues which are there and which are showing its impact on organizational behavior? One is globalization. First one is globalization, and the second one is changing workforce. Third one is emerging employment relationships. See, from in 1990s, the employment relations are different. In 2000s, the employment relations are different. 2010, the employment relations are different. Nowadays, the employment relationships scenarios has been completely changed. And even in the case of information technology, the same scenario applies. So information technology is also one of the great emerging issues and their impact on organizational behavior, right? So there are some very frequently mentioned work values or has been discussed actually. So there are, see, in the organization, there should be some work values. So work values are nothing but like dedication, integrity, accountability, collaboration, conduct. All these are the work values which are very much needed in the organization, as well as some governance, respect, excellence, loyalty, commitment, innovation, teamwork. All these work values are very important. See, you just self-examine yourself that what kind of scale, what kind of values, what kind of work values do you have? So if you don't have any one of these work values, you just try to inject it. You just try to habituate it so that you can develop and you can make your organization also to get developed. And the next topic is conflict management and negotiation. See, normally, if two or more employees are working in an organization, there is a chance of observing a variety of conflicts between the employees. See, sometimes salary-oriented conflicts may occur. Sometimes authority-oriented conflicts may arise, and sometimes misunderstanding oriented conflicts may arise between employee and employee, and sometimes authority and responsibility oriented conflicts may arise in between employee and employer, right? So there are a lot of conflicts happening in the organizational scenario. So this particular topic will explain to you about how to manage the conflicts and how to go for negotiation. So there are some different types of conflicts. So see, conflicts with an individual. See, if I and my employer, if I and my colleague has a misunderstanding or about uh, misopinion about anything. See, if I'm not agreeing with with my co-worker or with my co-employee, that may fall under conflict with an individual. And conflict between individuals, conflict within a group. See, if I am not working according to the group members, if I am not responding as per the group members, that may fall under conflict within a group. And conflict between two different groups. See, normally the total tasks of the organization gets divided. So gets divided among different groups of people. So one group, in the competition of in the process of completing the task, the people who are working in different groups, they may get competed, and sometimes that may leads to conflicts also. And the conflicts between organizations, one organizational employee may create conflict with another organizational employees, right? So conflict between organization and its environment. Yes. So these are some of the different types of conflicts which are available in the organizational scenario. So now let me tell you about what are the sources of conflicts. What are the sources of conflicts? How conflict can rise? See, first one, first source is the failure to realize expectations, right? Failure to realize the expectations, and about on the resources also, the availability of limited resources are led to conflict between individual and group. See, if the resources are not available properly, if the resources are not enough for accomplishing the objectives, that may leads to conflict. Again, focus on self. See, as a part of the organization, you need to focus on the organizational goals rather individual goals. And again, there is a conflict with power. Power is also one of the source for creating conflict and ideological differences. See, if you people are not agreeing with my ideology, I'm going to respond with all of you guys in a negative way. So that may leads to raising conflict. And moreover, unjust system, unfair system is, if unfair system or if unfair trade, unfair rules and regulations are available, that also leads to be the cause of conflict. And always changes, right? Changes, the only thing which is permanent in this world is change, and this change is the driving force for human civilization. So however, such changes sows the seeds of conflict. Okay, so here an individual accustomed to doing things in certain ways may not be ready for change. Similarly, change in the organizational structure and culture might lead to conflicts between the groups, right? So these are some of the sources for conflicts. Yeah. Now let me give you clarity about how to manage the conflicts. How to manage the conflict between organization, how to manage the conflict between individual, how to manage conflict between groups. Let us try to manage it. Let us try to understand how to manage the conflicts. So first one, that is Mary Parker Follett. See, Mary Parker Follett has three ways of dealing with conflict. See, first one, domination. The second one is compromising, and the third one is integration. She opined that domination is the earliest ways of winning over the other side, but not usually successful in the long run. And the second way of dealing with conflict is to compromise with the other individual or group. So either you need to go for dominating the other person, or you need to go for compromising with the another person, and or the third one, you need to go for integration with the other person, right? So domination may not helps you to resolve your problem in the longer run, right? And compromising with the other individual or group is also the second way of dealing. In this particular process, each party loses away something. Okay, so when you are compromising with another individual, that may lose something. That may lose something as far as your point of view. So although compromise is a good way of dealing with conflicts, neither of the parties for the conflict do know on what basis conflict should be ended. So hence, this approach also leaves both the parties unsatisfied even after mutual compromise. And moreover, the next one, that is, see, compromise does not create anything new. It deals with what already exists. Okay, so and the third one, that is, however, integration is not possible always, for the reason that individuals are ready to fight rather than give serious thinking of overcoming the problems. So beside all other reasons are people's habit of enjoying domination, language used during conflicts, lack of trainings, etc. So that is one of the ways of managing the conflict. One, either you should dominate the other person, or the other one you need to get compromised with the other person, and the third one you need to get integrated with the third person, so that you can manage the conflict very well. And the second approach also we have to manage the conflicts, that is Rensis Likert conflict management approach. So Rensis Likert elaborated upon conflict management by relating it to the operating characteristics of different management systems, which he labeled as system. So he has pointed out 4 points actually. So one is system, and second one is also a system. Third end is also a system, and system 1, system 2, system 3, and system 4, he has mentioned it. Okay, so 4 systems he has mentioned. So he analyzed how motivational forces are tapped by different management systems and try to link them to conflict management. So some of the characteristics of features of system, all the 4 systems are, see, high group loyalty, favorable attitude, mutual trust, group problem solving, high motivational levels, effective communication, and what you call high levels of participation. So that is about managing the conflicts, either domination, either integration, either compromising, either following 4 different systems. So based on the research conducted, he concluded that socially nature and developed form of human interaction provides the most highly developed and effective means of managing the conflicts. So he opined that nature and effective social systems based on system 4 can be created and can be used in every conflict situation to resolve conflicts constructively and successfully. So that is about managing the conflicts. 2 approaches we have. Coming to the next topic, that is negotiation. See, negotiation is nothing but it is a process of setting differences between 2 conflicting parties with the expectation of minimizing the number of differences. Okay, so every desire that demands satisfaction and every need to be met is at least potentially an occasion for people to initiate the negotiation process. So, see, when you are going for negotiation, at least the existence of 2 or more parties should be there, and those parties should have a desire for negotiation, and there should be an issue for negotiation, and they should give and take the attitude. Those 2 or 3 parties should have a give and take attitude, and all those parties who are involved in that negotiation, they should have an element of trust and moreover interdependence. So these are some of the basic points, basic features of negotiation. And now steps involved in the negotiation process. That is, first one is collection of information. When you are going for negotiation process, you need to collect the relevant information. Then you need to prepare yourself for negotiation. Preparing involves collecting the team members and giving them a briefing about the problem, implication, and the ways and means to encounter the other party. And the third one, that is granted some ground rules should be given, and he or she should explain about the limits of negotiation. Bargaining should be done, closure and implementation, feedback. So these are some of the steps involved in the negotiational process. So the 2 or 3 parties should have mutual trust, should have mutual respect among them, should have an intention to give and take. Okay, so these kind of measures will help them to enter into a negotiation. So that is about negotiation. So after taking this particular unit, you people can understand various dimensions of conflicts and negotiations. And you also have understood that how to manage the conflict and how to handle the negotiation process. And now let me take you to the next topic, that is leadership and the group dynamics. So leadership and group dynamics. Under leadership, Initially, firstly, let me tell you about the definition of leadership. See, leadership is nothing but it is an influencing process of leaders and followers to achieve organizational objectives through change. So the key element in this definitions are in this particular definition is see, influence is the first characteristic feature where a leader should do to his followers, and achievement of organizational objectives, people, change, leaders, followers. These are the five characteristics which are available in this particular definition. So what do you call leadership is going to make things happen. Moreover, leadership creates a vision for people for people to follow, and leadership helps in actualizing the inner portion people have in reality. Leadership builds the personality of the followers. Leadership supports and motivates followers to achieve organizational goals. And leadership is all about vision, emerging people, communication, charisma, and competences, right? So what is the comparison between management and the leadership? Is both one and same or different? I think it is different. Both management and leadership is different. See, when it comes to the thinking process category, management is initiating, but leadership is originates. And thinking process under thinking process, management initiates, focuses on things, it looks inward, it accepts reality. But when it comes to leadership, it originates, focuses on people, look outwards, investigates reality. See, management accepts reality, but but leadership investigates reality. And the next one, that is direction setting. So under direction setting, organizational plans improve the present, immediate financials, sees trees. And coming to leadership, see, in the direction setting, it is going to create a vision, it is going to create the future, it's going to create a new market, and it is going to seize forests, which means management is somewhat limited, but leadership is not a limited activity, it's a wider activity. And next one, role and functions of leaders. So what kind of role that a leader should implement? See, again, as I mentioned you in the what you call role of a manager, we have got the same kind of same kind of roles. That is, first one is interpersonal role, and of course, all these roles are applicable to both the managers and the leaders, but the nature and the scope of these two things are different. So one is interpersonal role, second one is informational role, third one is decisional role, right? The third one is decisional role, and fourth one is fourth one is a disturbance handler role, resource allocator role, negotiator role, right? Negotiator role, and moreover spokesperson role, disseminator role, monitor role. All these roles have to be played by a leader, so that followers can follow the leader very smoothly and successfully. And what are the traits of a great leader? Traits means qualities. What are the qualities that should be there in a leader? See, what Peter F. Drucker has characterized a leader as, or Peter F. Drucker on the characteristics of leader as, see, leader should have a great vision, leader should be passion or enthusiasm, and leader should have an integrity, leader should have a curiosity to learn, and leader should have risk-taking ability, and leader should have generosity. All these things is being characterized by Peter F. Drucker, a famous author from the management. He is the father of general management. And moreover, Garfield in 1988, he characterized a leader as a peak performer. So as a peak performer, leader should have commitment, leader should have purpose, leader should have challenge, and leader should control the things. Leader should be in a position for continuous learning, and leader should have a balance between work and health. And moreover, Singh and Bhandarkar in 1990, leadership of Indian leaders should have a quality of sincerity, participation, empowering and role modeling, right? And kutumbization, right? So these are some of the traits which a leader should possess. And moreover, yeah, what are the different types of leadership styles which are available? See, first one, that is autocratic leadership style. See, in this type of style, the leaders who belongs to this category have a lot of power over their people. Staff and team members have little opportunity to make suggestions, even if these would be in a team's or the organization's best interest. And the other one is, the second one is bureaucratic leadership. Bureaucratic leaders work by the book. They follow rules rigorously and ensure that their people follow procedures precisely. So bureaucratic leadership is also useful in organizations where employees do routine work tasks. Okay, so the third one is charismatic leadership. A charismatic leadership style can assemble transformational leadership because these leaderships inspire enthusiasm in their teams and are energetic in motivating others to move forward. So that is what charismatic leadership. And democratic or participative leadership style. So democratic leaders make the final decisions, but they include team members in the decision making process. So they encourage creativity, and team members are also often highly engaged in the process of decision making as well as in project management. And the next one is laissez-faire leadership. So see, laissez it be, leave it be. The French phrase means, this French laissez-faire means leave it be, and it describes leaders who allow their people to work on their own. So this particular leadership style can also occur naturally when managers don't have sufficient control over their work and their people. So laissez-faire leaders may give their teams complete freedom to do their work and set their deadlines. So, and finally, last kind of leadership style is servant leadership style. So servant leadership style has been created by Robert Greenleaf in 1970s, and he described a leader as such. When someone at any level within an organization leads simply by meeting the needs of his team, he or she can be described as a servant leader. But this is not at all popular in most of the industries. And moreover, the next one, that is see, different authors have given different types of leadership styles. So now let us move on to the next one, that is group dynamics. What is the group dynamics? See, the group and the team that contributed to the organizational effectiveness are great. So group dynamics is a combination of both group and teams that can enhance performance. Groups and teams can increase responsiveness to customers, and they also increase innovation. They also increase motivation and satisfaction. And finally, these group and team members can gain a competitive advantage, right? So this is about group dynamics information, and group dynamics can be defined as it is a dynamics of the group itself, it is a dynamics of the goal, it is a dynamics of the path to reach the goals, the environment in which the group is functioning, the group side, the environment in which the actual group is functioning. So when it comes to the types of groups and teams in the organization, see, we have two types of groups, that is formal group and the second one is informal groups. Yeah, formal groups and teams created by managers, informal groups created by organizational members. Coming to the formal groups, formal group and team which was created by managers, that is cross-functional teams we have, cross-cultural teams we have, and moreover, top management teams we may have, research and developmental teams also may we have, command groups, task forces, virtual teams. So these are the teams or the groups which was created by managers. And now coming to the informal groups which was created by the organizational members, those are these are very familiar in our day-to-day life, that is friendship groups and common interest groups, right? So these are the two different groups which are available in this group dynamics. Now, how to develop a group? How to develop a group? See, new groups go through several stages before they achieve maximum performance. So each stage presents the members with the different challenges that must be overcome before they can move on to the next stage. Okay. So these stages has been identified as forming is the first phase, second stage is storming, third stage is norming, fourth stage is performing, and the fifth one is adjourning. So forming, the first one, forming. At this particular stage of development, members are preoccupied with familiarizing themselves with the task and with other members of the group. So this is what forming phase. And storming stage. At this particular stage, the group encounters conflicts as members confront and criticize each other and approach the group in pursuing their task. See, storming is nothing but, see, issues that arise including the identification of roles and responsibilities, operational roles and procedures, and the individual need for recognition of his or her skill and abilities. Okay. And the third one, that is norming stage. At this particular point, members start to resolve the issue. See, in the second stage, there is a chance of raising some issues. But in the third stage, that is norming stage, at the norming stage, members start to resolve the issues that are creating the conflict and begin to develop their social agreements. So the members begin to recognize their interdependence, develop confessions. Develop confession. Develop confession and agree on the group norms that will help them function effectively in the future. And fourth phase, that is performing phase. So performing phase, when the group has sorted out its social structure and understand its goals and individual roles, it will move towards accomplishing a task, right? That is performing task. Mutual assistance and creativity become prominent themes at this particular stage, right? And the last one, that is adjourning phase, adjourning stage. In this particular phase, the group will resort to some form of closure that includes rites and rituals suitable to the event. So these may include socials and parties or ceremonies that exhibit emotional support or celebration of their success, right? So this is about the group formations. And the next one, that is group functions. See, the first one, that is task functioning. Task functioning, see, initiating, information seeking, information giving, clarifying ideas, bringing closures, consensus testing, all these things. And the second one is maintaining behavior, encouraging, improving groups by expressing group feelings, harmonizing by reconciling differences, and reducing group tension. And next one, that is compromising, and moreover gatekeeping, standard setting, all these things. Third one is self-interest function, right? What is the first function we have? Task function it is. Second function is maintenance behavior. Third one is self-interest function. So self-interest function is nothing but dominating and by displaying lack of respect for others. Self-interest function it is, right? Blocking by shifting a line of thought, and third one is manipulating by providing self-serving information, and fourth one is belittling through put downs, sneering off others point of view, and next one splitting hairs. So by nitpicking, searching for insignificant details that delay a solution. So these are some of the group functions where normally there in the organizational scenario. So this is about group dynamics and group functions, right? And what are the issues that arise when you are trying to build a team? Okay, when you are trying to build a team, see, the first issue comes into picture is leadership. Who are going to take up? Who is going to be the leader? And the next one, that is what is the team size? And the next one, that is cohesiveness and controlling polarization. And next one, team norms. What are the team norms? What is the team structure? What is the team synergy and social leading? And what kind of discipline that employees should follow? And finally, what type of team climate should be there among the group as well as in the organization? So these are some of the issues that may leads to team building. And how can you build a team? What are the features of team building process? See, a team should have a clear objective and agreed goals. They should have a openness and confrontation, idea generation. Support and trust should be there among the team members. Among the team members, there should be a cooperation and management of conflict. Among the team members, sound procedures based on the sound knowledge. When you are going to build a team, there should be an appropriate leadership. When you are going to build a team, you should have a regular review on the team members. And again, you need to have an individual development as well as sound intergroup relation. If you have all these things, you can build a team. Now, let me give you an ideology about what breaks the team. What are the points that allows to break the team members? See, different aspirations of members may break the team, demotivations may break the team, communicational gaps or unachievable goals. If unachievable goals are there, again, that may leads to break the team. And next one, that is negating negative attitudes, bias and prejudices, lack of accountability and interest, all these things, and improper leadership, lack of knowledge base, formation of subgroups, improper planning, too high or too low stress levels. So these are the things which are going to help to break the teams. Okay, so next one, last topic in this block is techniques for effective decision making. How can you go for taking effective decisions? By using a method called, first one, brainstorming. So brainstorming is a frequently used technique for group decision making, right? So if you are using this technique for group decision making, that is what called as brainstorming. So when this brainstorming is going to use, see, when you want to generate a large number of ideas or gather a lot of information for decision making, so you are going to use this particular method. Next one. So nominal group technique, NGT. NGT stands for nominal group technique. See, it is a structured brainstorming technique that is used to produce a large number of ideas or an issue while ensuring that all the group members have equal participation in the development of ideas. So NGT is an interview technique where participants work in the presence of each other, but write their ideas independently rather than starting them verbally. Okay, stating them verbally. So it is not only used to generate a large number of ideas, but it is also going to prioritize the ideas, and consequently the ideas will receive support from the majority can be selected. So that is NGT. And the third one, that is Delphi technique. So Delphi technique is also a method for structuring a group, a communication process among the acknowledged experts. So that is Delphi technique. The fourth one, that is teams and groups cohesiveness. So the ultimate role of these groups is to come together as a unit and perform with professionalism and dedication. So this is also one of the techniques which are available in the group dynamics. So when you are going to take decisions, these are the techniques which are when you are going to take decisions, massive decisions, group decisions. These are the methods where you can use. So that is about these are the techniques which normally these are the techniques which are normally available to take group decisions. Okay, so brainstorming, using Delphi technique, using NGT technique, using group cohesiveness and teams. These are the techniques which are commonly used to take very important decisions. So that's all that's all my today's class, and in the next class I'll explain you about see, as I mentioned you earlier, it's not possible to complete the entire topics, but I have pointed out all the important things which are very much needed as far as your examination point of view. uh, so I almost all completed. I almost all completed almost all the important topics which are very much needed. So just you people just go through the topics and prepare well for writing your examination. So this is about management. Uh, this is about management, organizational behavior, human resource management, right? Principles of agribusiness, right? So, sir, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. We will
Yeah.
conclude, sir. Thank you. We will conclude today's session, please.
Yeah, sir. So that's all for today's session, and again we'll meet in the next class. So thank you. Have a good day, all of you. Bye bye.